Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and spoiler season for Kaldheim doesn't start for about 3 weeks, so here's some more fresh spoilers from Kaldheim. First up, we've got Sarulf, Realm Eater and Destroyer of all-you-can-eat Chinese buffets. This, by the way, appears to be the showcase frame for the set, and this is actually one of the worst looking ones. I mean, this already looks amazing, but I'm just saying, the ones you're about to see in this video are absolutely mind-blowing. This is honestly halfway to being like a masterpiece. I mean, that is some intricate stuff right there. Pretty good looking. I think just on cosmetics and style and like lore matching to the set, I think these are actually going to be a little more expensive than the average showcase frame. I really do. I will say though, the horizontal versus vertical padding inside the box for the 3-3 in the bottom right makes me actually physically ill to look at. One of my degrees is in web design. So anyway, this is a legendary creature wolf. It's a 3 cost and it's a 3-3. It's in Garruk colors, which that's never good. And whenever a permanent an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Sarulf Realm Eater. So that's only opponents, not you, which is pretty safe. If it was both, we'd be having some power issues. Not that I have any faith in Standard. I just suffered through 3 games on Arena and then just said screw it and went and played Brawl because my god is Standard toxic. Like, I left it for like at least a couple weeks. I came back and I'm like, well, let's just throw some white life gain at it. Mill rogues, mill rogues, mill rogues, mill rogues, and then mill rogues. Oh, and then a Garruk deck, and then more mill rogues. What a bunch of unbalanced, obnoxious, unbearable cancer Standard is. So if you think this set is going to do anything but pour more gasoline on this dumpster fire, then you clearly haven't been following the game very long. Anyway, bottom the card says at the beginning of your upkeep, if Sarulf has 1 or more 1/1 counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way. So it's Ugin, but for 3. Fantastic. So that is just an absolute time bomb waiting to go off. I hate everything about this. But the card has a functional logical flaw here. It gains counters from opponents' creatures going into the graveyard from the battlefield. So in other words, dying. Then his second ability is how many counters you have, so how many creatures of theirs you removed. Oh, the more the merrier, because then you're going to blow everything in play up. But if you just destroyed 4 of their creatures, you're probably going to be more affected by this than them. So obviously people are just going to dump counters on this artificially, use it as a board wipe, and then win. I mean, you play this with Garruk, get rid of the wolves, which actually I think exiling the wolves does not count for the trigger. I'd have to double check that. I don't care enough to because Standard is a joke and I'm not going to put 3 seconds of my time into researching the most basic things about it. Because why would I? Nobody's playing it now and nobody's going to play it when this trash comes out. I care about draft and card values for this set. That's it. So yeah, this card is broken, obnoxious, overpowered garbage. I hate it. Next up, we've got Halvar, God of Battle. Oh boy, it's a mythic, it's a god card, and it's in white. Here we go. So it's a 4/4 for 4 double devotion, which will work great with Heliod. And creatures that you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. So that's like huge for a Heliod deck, a devotion deck. I mean, because he fits it, and then your creatures, you'd be granting them, first strike and lifelink, obviously. And yeah, that works great with lifelink. This would probably work with like an Angels deck, mono white, white-black mix, cleric heavy with Angels. I mean, oh, I made a huge mistake there. I forgot. Standard isn't going to be playable at all, so who cares? So the rest of the card says at the beginning of each combat, you may attach target aura or equipment attached to a creature you control to a different target creature you control. It doesn't say a different, but I mean, it wouldn't really do anything if you chose the same one. I don't think it would actually pop off and come back. I'm not actually 100% sure. The way it's worded, I think it would actually. I don't know. I'm not sure if that would even be relevant. So this, I guess, is the front based on that top left there. Kind of hard to tell with the showcase frame. But the back of the card, and then I'm pretty sure that symbol in the top left there would be the back of the card, is Sword of the Realms. Or maybe this is the front. I don't know. I actually have no idea, and I don't remember how to tell. How does this flip? None of the wording on here says flip. Okay, whatever. I don't even care at this point. So equipped creature, it's equipment, by the way. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has vigilance. And when equipped creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. Equip 2. That's pretty nice. I mean, you still have to pay for it to get it out again, so it's not like that powerful, but it's useful. It's definitely good. I'd rather have him on the other side. I assume you can just cast either side since it doesn't refer to flipping. And then that little box in the bottom left kind of is phrased like a modal one where you choose. I just look back at the lands and it doesn't say when this enters the battlefield, choose a side and whatever. I guess that's just what that box in the bottom left means, because they didn't give it a special subtype either. So, like, where's the rule? Where's the reference? Whatever. So, I mean, yeah, this is really, really decent equipment. And then Halvar is really good. And if you had 2 of these, you normally wouldn't be able to drop in 2 Halvars. So then you just drop in the artifact side, which is really nice. That would enable you to run 4 of them pretty easily. And then they actually work with each other. So, I mean, this is really decent. I'd say as far as God cards go, this is like appropriately powered, unlike almost anything they've done in the past. Next up, we've got Kaya the Inexorable. I guess they got out their thesaurus because they're running out of words to put on Planeswalker cards. So she's a 5-drop, 5 loyalty. Her +1 is put a ghost form counter on up to 1 target non-token creature. It gains when this creature dies or is put into exile. I like when they cover both. Return it to its owner's hand and create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Gotta love the old Casper the Unfriendly Ghost coming after you for killing it. I always like that. It's kind of neat. Her -3 is just straight up exile any non-land permanent, so damn. I mean, for 5 though, and she can't do it twice, okay. Then -7, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a legendary spell from your hand, from your graveyard, or from among cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost. So just perpetual once a turn free casting, which is pretty broken. It's an emblem, I get it. But you drop her in for 5, immediately +1 her, you are now 2 turns away from ulting her. That's ridiculous. Basri's pretty close to that, and he only costs 3. I thought one of the Chandras was like a 2-turn and the game's over kind of thing. Garruk 1 turn and the game's over if you can kill the wolves. Yeah, I don't love it. I think she's pushed a bit, but I mean, any Planeswalker that's above 4 is in danger of not being played by people. But this is a darn good card. So if somebody finds, a deck with those 2 colors and says, yes, she's the perfect card for it, she'll take off. But I could see this just not really taking off too, just because it's 5, it's 2 very specific colors. Who knows? You never know. My best guess is that people actually aren't going to play this card specifically because nobody's going to be playing Standard. Next up, we've got Realmwalker. That's a creepy looking fella right there. It's a 3-cost 2/3 shapeshifter. It's a changeling, which people have reminded me is a rogue. Not that big of a deal in green, but any kind of shapeshifters in blue or black are going to be a problem. I think we've already seen one in blue, so this will be a treat. That deck needs about 3 cards out of it already banned, the Rogue Mill deck or the Rogue Tribal deck. So anyway, as Realmwalker enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells of the chosen type from the top of your library. That's huge. I could see this going into Elf Ball because it is an elf and lets you just keep casting elves over and over and over until you hit a land. Or I guess an instant or sorcery, but it's not typically what they run. So yeah, I could see this being a pretty valuable card in other formats, let alone Standard. Except, I mean, not really, because nobody's playing Standard and nobody will, because it's an unbearable shitfest. Next up, we've got Magda, Brazen Outlaw. This is actually the last spoiler for today. It's a 2-cost legendary creature, Dwarf Berserker. Fantastic art style, fantastic showcase frame. I mean, just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. The color matches a little bit more. The card's a little just more, pleasant to look at than the 2-color split, gold kind of almost 3-color one from before. And this is a 2-drop legendary Lord card, although it's not a true Lord card. It's a semi-Lord card because it only boosts attack. But yeah, other dwarves you control get +1/+0. And then whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token, which is ridiculous. I don't think low-cost, red, hasty dwarf blitz with equipment needs treasures, but only in the context of ramp. What it actually needs is artifacts and treasures specifically as permanents. So don't write this off just yet. This is not just a pure blitz deck. This is maybe a little bit slower if I were to be hopeful, but at least has mid-range options, which actually, if it's a super blitz deck, then that's actually not that good. Because then it'll either kill you in the first 4 turns, or they have options past that. That's flirting with something pretty good there. Like a little too good. But if you sacrifice 5 treasures, by the way, search your library for an artifact or dragon card. Hello. Put that card onto the battlefield for free, then shuffle your library. Yeah, so just swing with a couple dwarves and then go get any dragon ever. So we did a little search. We got Hellkite Punisher, which is an M21. It's a 7-cost, just 6/6 flying with fire breathing. So, I mean, okay, that's decent. We've got Terror of Mount Vels from Theros Beyond Death, which is a flying double strike dragon, 5/5 for 7. Oh, then by the way, ETB, all creatures you control get double strike. And then everybody's favorite, Terror of the Peaks. I mean, you could drop in Shimmer Dragon, you could drop in Korvald, but I mean, I'm sticking with Mono Red here. So we've also got, by the way, Leyline Tyrant. So Terror of the Peaks and Leyline Tyrant, those are already obnoxious as hell in Standard. I'm shocked that Leyline Tyrant isn't that prevalent, but I think Terror of the Peaks is just so broken that people throw it in a red-green Christmas deck and just blast your ass with 4 graders, which doesn't really work with dragons that much. But yeah, I would put in 1 Terror of Mount Velis and 1 Hellkite Punisher. I mean, just go get them. The chances of you drawing them in like a mostly, if not all, dwarf rush deck is like 0. At least it isn't doing that go get it from your pretend sideboard in a best of 1 format. That's totally a fair thing. Getting real sick of that nonsense. So that is all the spoilers for today, and as far as I know, that's basically all the spoilers for a couple weeks. So we've got a horribly just enters the battlefield and pisses you off wolf. We've got a potentially overpowered free casting with fetch attached dwarf for 2, which is also a lord card, which is also a red rush card. And then we've got the shapeshifter from hell. And an actually fair and balanced appropriate god card with a lot of options. That's a wonderful card. Can't say I saw that coming. I would have guessed the opposite, but, whatever. Solid Planeswalker, too. I don't think she's particularly OP. She's just good. For 5, she should be about that powerful. So, yeah, with just, really, in the last couple days, 2 severe problem cards, I'm not really feeling this set. It looks pretty bad. I was happy that Kaya's in it. I was happy that Tybalt's back. He's usually pretty weak. I'm happy that Sagas are back. I like the different kind of mechanics that we're kind of sensing here. And then I remembered Standard is just all mill control horse shit, and 2 of these cards are going to break Standard. Or, at the bare minimum, throw up red flags left and right. So, yeah, not real hopeful. And then remember, we have, 2 or more, 3 sets after this before any of this cycles out, and then none of what we're seeing now cycles out until 2022? Or, the end of 2021? Or, no, isn't it the end of 2022? My God. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't even know when it is. It's too damn far away is when it is. So anyway, I'm going to go back to filming Cyberpunk content and making money on Bitcoins. Oh, also, I'm going to be uploading a really silly, not magic-related video to my second channel, which is now, officially for that. So people who are confused or didn't catch the video where I kind of explain what's going to be what once they fix this problem, which it would appear they did, but not like I trust them not to screw it up at the end of this month, but, whatever. But yeah, it does appear I'm getting paid again, so I might as well upload to the place where I actually get views. I made, I don't know, a couple hundred at least, which is just enough to pay my mortgage, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to pick up other work. So, I mean, the channel served its purpose, whatever, cool. But I said, well, I'm not just going to delete it. It's going to be for weird off-topic stuff, funny stuff, vlog stuff, comedy skits, mega rants, food stuff. So I got a video coming up. It's going to be really silly. I'm probably going to film it, honestly, tomorrow, where I got my hands on some reindeer jerky. And we're just going to meme that to death because 2020 sucks and Santa needs to pay because somehow I'll make it his fault. I don't know. It'll come together in my head at some point, I'm sure. I also got some camel and kangaroo jerky, so I might as well throw that in too. So yeah, you're going to get a Desolator exotic meat review on that channel. So if you're into that, which a weird amount of you are, stay subbed over there. I guess leave notifications turned on. I always recommend people don't turn them on for this channel because I upload 2 videos a day, which may or may not be true for, the foreseeable couple weeks here. But yeah, that's just annoying. I mean, you could just around the evening or, well, let's be honest, morning, because I upload at 3 a.m. sometimes. Just check YouTube, check your sub box. My videos will be there. You don't need a notification. I mean, it's who wants to get 2 notifications from me all day, every day, twice a day? Or whatever. That's just annoying. But on the other channel, when I'm going to upload once every 2 weeks or something, I mean, yeah, it's, you might want to turn on notifications because then you'd be like, oh, okay, that's a unique video. I might want to watch that. Although I do still have live streams on just this channel. So if you don't want to miss a live stream, I guess you have to turn notifications on. But I think if you turn them on, then turn them off, it'll ask you, do you want to turn all of them off? Or do you want to select by type or something? That was an experiment they were doing as a beta, and so only some people saw it. I think it was 10% of people, and I'm not sure if they rolled that out completely or not. I actually can't see that from my end. So it's a thing to try. It might still be a feature, I guess, and you might be able to set it on live streams only. So just FYI, that's a thing. Try it. And if some people could try that, let me know if it works in the comment section. That would help us all out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.